Recently, my father and I were gifted a chance to take a spin with Extreme Experience. And Extreme Experience is a company that gives you a chance to drive various, like, exotic cars and, supercars, that kind of a thing, at various circuits. Sometimes they do things at, like, Daytona or whatnot, but in our case, it was gifted to do it at Circuit, Florida, which happens to be a very new little course. So new that, as you can see here, it's not even fully built on Google Maps yet. But anyway, so this was for our birthday, because he and I have very close birthdays, and we were gifted this. And my dad absolutely loves Lamborghini. He always has. It's his favorite car company. Countach is his favorite car, and he's always wanted to drive a Lamborghini. So now is our chance to go and actually get to do something like that. So there's a little bit of a story before we actually get into watching me maybe drive fast, probably drive slow. So my father drives like an asshole. Not in this, just talking like in general. And when I say that, what I mean is he's the kind of driver that likes to drive like he is racing at all times. That's just how he has always been. And if you're stuck being a passenger, it's not always the greatest experience. And on this particular day, we were up stupid early because we had to drive like an hour and a half or so to get to where we're to Circuit, Florida here. And you know, I'm not 20 years old anymore. I'm in my early 40s. And I've gotten a little beat up in life. So having him whip and move and do at ungodly early in the morning for me, before I've woken up, and I think this was after a week of a lot of physical work for my work, so it didn't feel great. So I got to enjoy getting beat up before we even got there. This is like an hour and a half of doing this. So before we even, take the few laps with the Lambo, we also had a ride-along inside of one of the Dodge Charger Hellcats, because they do that. Some people just literally pay to do a ride-along and that's it, but we wanted to do a ride-along so we had a chance to see the course and get an idea of, kind of what it looked like, felt like, whatever. So, and I don't have any footage of this. This was just part of that experience over there. So the dude running the Charger, obviously he's driven this course a billion times over already, even if it's brand new. And he knows how to use the car. It's literally, that's his job, is he just does the ride along. So he's, doing 3 laps with this thing, getting out, letting everybody change cars, and then getting back into it and driving it again. So once again, I am passenger after having been beat to shit by my father driving on the back roads and all the things that we did to get here. So I'm already feeling a little bit hurt and bleh. But now we're gonna go do it with actual, driving in anger. This dude's gonna truly foot to the floor and, G-force through the corners as much as possible to really show what it's like, what that car can do. Which Charger Hellcat is a mean car, by the way. It's much meaner than you probably think it is. Unless you're, I guess, somebody who drives, Koenigsegg's all the time, and then it's probably not as mean. But I don't think that's most of us, so for the rest of you, it's a pretty mean car. So we take to the course, and we do this whole thing, and we take this whole ride along, and I cannot remember the last time I had a feeling of car sickness, but being extremely tired, extremely worn out from work, it's extremely early in the morning for a natural night owl, and having been beat to shit by my asshole driving father, I actually got a little bit of car sickness feeling to it. Now, it was funny because they made a big thing about, sometimes they have people that they do this, whether it's the ride along or the drive, and they get sick, and, if you puke all over the car, you're going to have to pay a bunch of money so they can get it cleaned, whatnot, and I'm like, man, I am not about to be that kind of person. I am not about to puke inside of this car or anything. But it was fun being in it, but in that moment, it wasn't as fun as it should have been to get that ride along. And I guess it's also one of those things that no matter what, being a passenger sucks in a car that's going quick. But thankfully, I did survive, and I did make it through. And even though I only had like 2 minutes to get some fresh air and chill out, I was able to get to the Lambo. And then it was like, well, I wonder how well this is going to go. Am I going to feel good, or is this going to feel bad, or, you know, am I going to be like absolutely pansying it the whole time? Who knows? So one thing I should mention is that I am 6'4" 6'5" on a good day. And I was worried that I was going to even fit inside of this car. And I can say that without a helmet, I could probably fit in this car comfortably. With a helmet, and you've been seeing me a little bit here, I am top to bottom. That seat is crammed all the way back as far as it can go. And my head is stuck kind of leaned forward a little bit the whole time. So I'm not truly comfortable at any moment when driving this car, because I'm not sitting in it exactly the way I should. And then as you watch the video, you'll see that there's like a lot of grimace in my face. So this is still me being hurt from the drive there, me feeling a little bit worse from the Challenger, and me not being awake because this is like 9 o'clock in the morning after a long drive. Again, I'm a natural night owl, so like 11 o'clock is when I start to wake up, so I'm not fully awake. And it's funny because poor James here, who is the driver instructor, I guess you can call him that. That's not exactly right, but I can tell that there are moments where he's looking over at me wondering, like, is this guy liking this? Is he hating this? And actually, honestly, once I'm in it and I'm really driving, everything else is kind of out the window. I'm not thinking about it anymore. I'm getting more and more into it. And then it's a lot of time, like, analyzing my own driving. Now, none of this is supposed to be you're truly racing. The braking is way earlier than you would be. Just the way you drive it isn't like you're going out there to run laps on the Nürburgring or anything like that. This is a chance for people that are not experienced at driving these type of cars or driving on a track to get out there and have a little bit of fun. And look, I play racing games and I'm moderately okay at them, but I'm not about to say that I have driven a 600 horsepower Lamborghini, and flying laps around stuff before, because, that's right, I never have. So, am I an experienced driver? Sure, for my large-ass Ford truck and Mustangs that I've driven and Chevy Monte Carlos and all things with less than 400 horses, but not something like this. This is something new. It was an experience, and it was a good experience, and I definitely enjoyed it. And honestly, I wish I could go again without feeling so weird and so awful and so whatever. But hey, I got a chance to drive a Lamborghini Huracan, so how many people can say that? Hell yeah. Anyway, alright, well, you got to watch the whole thing in silence. Now how about we listen to it when it actually has full sound. Thanks for hanging. Enjoy.
Alright, well, welcome to Circuit, Florida. This is the Lamborghini Huracan. My name is James. Alright, so classroom session, what did you think of that?
It was good.
Yeah.
And we did do a ride along as well.
Oh, you did? Perfect.
Yeah, just to get a little bit of an idea of what's going on. So
yeah. So after seeing the ride along, the classroom session probably makes a little bit more sense now with cones and the hand signals. So,
correct.
So when I'm going like this, it means you can have that throttle down.
Yep.
This car's a little bit unique. It's a little sensitive sometimes. When you roll the throttle down, it feels like it's going to stop. If you push it a little harder, there's a little detent at the very, very end of the travel, and sometimes it'll downshift and it'll just lurch ahead. It sometimes catches people off guard.
Understood.
Just be ready for it and just drive it out. It's awesome.
Okay.
This car is amazing. When we get to the yellow cones, it's going to be lift and coast. And then when we get to the red cones, it's going to get into the brakes. If I don't think you're braking hard enough, start shaking my fist, I'll let you know. We want to make sure we're maintaining 3-foot gaps off the edge of the track at all times. We'll set up passing as needed. We get faster instructor-driven cars behind us. I'll move you over to your side of the track or my side of the track, wave them by, then we'll get back on our way. Likewise, if we come up on slower traffic, We'll wait until a safe spot, and I'll point you, I'll tell you when you can pass.
Okay.
Other important sets of cones are the double orange turn-in cones and the green apex cones. You probably saw those when you were out there.
Yes, sir.
If you hit those 2 marks, everything else falls into place. It just becomes super easy. If you start missing those marks, particularly if you start turning in too early before you're actually out to the double orange, you'll run out of track at the exit and you'll have to work a little bit harder to keep the car on the track. It ultimately ends up going slower. So it looks like they're just clearing the track off, so it should just be another minute or 2.
Understood.
Yeah. Pretty cool interior, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my dad's the one up there, and Lamborghini's all he's ever wanted to drive and whatnot.
Nice.
So
Yeah. All right, so when we pull out, we're just going to kind of camp out at this blue cone here.
Okay.
Get a nice big gap formed in the car in front of us.
Okay.
Ultimately, we want to get you as much clear track as we can so you can go out and enjoy the Huracan. Yeah, just sit tight right here.
Yep, not a problem.
All right, you can go ahead and start rolling out now.
Yep.
So as we pull out on track, you're going to stay to my side of the track. First cone we're looking for is the double orange way down at the end.
Okay.
And the double orange you can see across to the green.
Yep.
And this corner you don't even touch the brakes on. Just go from the double orange to the green. Keep the car all the way tight to your side of the track.
Okay.
Then next lap we'll lift there. And then now we get into the brakes. Give me some brakes. A little more brakes, a little more brakes. Now release the brakes. Tight to the green on my side. Beautiful. And now you can start rolling on some throttle. A little more, a little more, a little more. All right, you can put that pedal down and see what the Huracan has. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
All right, lift, get into the brakes. All right, release the brakes, back to my side. So we go green to green,
Yep.
out to the double orange on my side. So just connect the dots. You're looking great. You're hitting all the marks perfectly. Just a dab of brakes, release the brakes, turn back down. Green, then track out to the double orange on my side. And back to the green on your side. And roll some throttle, a little more, a little more, a little more. There you go. Take a deep breath. This is going to be fun. All right, and we lift. And we brake. As we come around this corner, stay tight to your side. Don't track out. Stay all the way tight to your side. Beautiful. And a dab of brakes here. And release the brakes. Turn back to my side. There's 3 green cones on my side. 1, 2. Spot the third one. As you get around the third one, start rolling on some throttle. A little more, a little more, a little more. There you go. You got it. All right. Fast straightaway. Get ready to brake hard at the end. All right. Lift and brake hard. Harder. More brakes. More brakes. Yes. Beautiful. A little more, a little more, a little more. Now ease off the brakes. Tight to my side. As you come back here, you can roll a little bit of throttle. Get back to the double orange on my side. And then you lift. Turn into the green on your side. And get the car all the way back to your side, double orange on your side. My side, we got double green, green, green. Just make this one wide sweeping corner. Beautiful. And be patient, roll it on now, a little more, a little more. There you go, get the car back to my side of the track. Don't touch the brakes at the end of this one. Just lift, turn into your side, and go back to throttle. A little more throttle, a little more, all the way to your side of the track. And now we lift, now we brake hard. Beautiful, brake harder, more brakes, more brakes. Ease off the brakes, turn in tight to my side. That was nicely done. You did great. I love it.
Thank you.
Roll on a little throttle, a little more, a little more, a little more. There you go. And lift, brake hard. A little harder, a little harder. Now ease off the brakes, turn in tight to my side. And back to your side.
I know I don't let off fast enough, but...
And just dab brakes back down to your side. No, you're doing great. Come back over to my side. And back to your side. And roll it on a little more. There you go. Yeah, you could come out of the brakes a little sooner. Do the braking earlier, and then you get out earlier also.
Yeah.
So lift, brake. Now release the brakes completely. Release them. Back to your side. Yes, better. A little bit of brakes now. Now release the brakes. Back to my side. And about... Release the brakes. All right, as we come to the hill, I'm going to let one car pass. Let's lift off the throttle, stay all the way to your side.
Okay.
Lift off the gas.
Yep.
Beautiful, nicely done. And from the double orange, just back to the green. And all the way out to the double orange. And green to green. Just make this one wide sweeping corner just like last time. It looks great. Be patient. Now roll it on. A little more, a little more. You got it. Get the car back to my side. And a little bit of lift. Turn back in. Back to throttle. Throttle, throttle, throttle. A little more, a little more, a little more. And lift. Now brake hard. Beautiful. Harder. More brakes, more brakes, more brakes. Now ease off the brakes completely. Now turn in. Nice. And a little throttle. A little more, a little more, a little more. There you go. Great. And lift and brake hard. And release the brakes, turn it back to my side. Back across. Out to the double orange. Double orange across to the green. You like it?
Oh yeah.
Double orange to the green. All right, roll some throttle, a little more, a little more, a little more. You got it. Brake hard a little. All right, this is our final straightaway. I don't have time to get you by this guy, so let's just go a little bit slow through here.
Yep.
All right, go ahead and start rolling off the throttle. A little more, a little more, a little more. Last straightaway, get ready to reel it in. You're looking great. This is fantastic. All right, lift, brake hard. Harder, harder, harder. There we go. Now ease off the brakes. All right, now we'll follow this other Lamborghini back up,
Yes, sir.
back up into the pits. That's an excellent drive. You did awesome.
Thank you.